Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be the boundary cocoon. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So you were in the narcissistic relationship, and let's be real, it was most likely the most toxic, debilitating, frustrating, manipulating relationship you've ever been a part of. I understand completely. I know what it's like. It is something that you're not prepared for. You don't believe that narcissism exists on this planet, and it's not until you go through and or experience the narcissistic relationship that you understand what we're talking about on this channel. So when you were in the narcissistic relationship, remember, you were working for the narcissist. You lost your identity. You lost your sense of self, your sense of worth, most likely. Again, you contributed all of your time, your money, your efforts, your energy, your love, your empathy, your looks, your social circle. Everything you contributed to the narcissist because you were believing that that relationship one day would improve. We now know that the narcissistic relationship is a one-way street to Destructionsville, and it benefits only one person, the narcissist. Having said all those things, once the relationship ends, and for this video, we're not going to dig into how it ended, but once the narcissistic relationship ends, you're going to find yourself in a state of you're going to be in the fog, and you're going to try to figure out exactly what has happened to you, because most likely you had to research channels like mine and many others. And again, thank you very much for being here on the channel, but you're going to have to research what narcissism is. It's not like when the relationship ended for you, someone just handed you a book and said, oh, by the way, here's the relationship you're in, please read this. It didn't work that way. You had to climb your way out of the fog, understand what was going on, research the terms, definitions, glossary of words, everything. And then you put the pieces of your relationship together with this glossary of definitions, and everything comes together. It's like click, and then that's when you're on the healing path. That's when you begin to get your sense of identity back slowly, but certainly this will happen. Now, having said that, there are three phases. Well, number one is, remember, you were in the narcissistic relationship. Number two is the part I'm going to discuss in this video, which is the cocoon of boundaries. And the third part is when you are healing and well on your way. But the cocoon of boundaries is this. It's post-narcissistic relationship. When you're coming out of the fog, you're starting to feel more like yourself again, and you're starting to understand, wow, that really was a toxic relationship. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did these things. I can't believe I said these things. I can't believe I acted this way. Because you lost your sense of self and identity, like I mentioned, and you are serving the narcissist. Think about how many times you would be driving them all over the place, or doing the laundry, or paying the bills, or paying vacations, or going to dinner parties 2 hours late just so they could make a special appearance. Remember, you were being manipulated during the whole period of the relationship, whether you know it or not. From the minute you met the narcissist until the culmination of the relationship, you were being manipulated. And that's a fact, because that person wasn't authentic. They don't love you. They've never loved you. They have no empathy, and they care about only one person ever, which is themselves. But the cocoon of boundaries, this is the second phase, post-narcissistic relationship. It's when you're starting to come out of the fog and you're understanding, wow, I can make decisions for myself. I am getting back to my old sense of self, and you will figure out eventually, once you come through the fire and do all the inner work and healing, that you will be so much stronger than you were before you met the narcissist. I can assure you of that if you put the work in. You're going to become galvanized. You're going to become, this is your superpower. You will become so enlightened and awakened. It's amazing. But when you're in the cocoon of boundaries, what this is you need to figure out exactly where you are, where you're going, how you're going to get there, and that each and every day, taking baby steps to get there is the path. It's the way. Remember, the healing path is not linear. It is not one size fits all. You can't take the magic pill and then boom, you're back to being the way you want to be. It doesn't work that way. Consider it this way. Let's say that you want to go to the gym and you want to exercise and get in great shape. Well, you can't just take a pill and get in great shape, can you? No, you need to go to the gym and exercise. It's the exact same way on the healing path from narcissistic abuse. It's what you do. It's what you need to do. It is the only way to heal properly. So having said all that, the cocoon of boundaries is when you realize, wow, I really didn't have boundaries in the relationship. I was subservient to the narcissist. I basically did whatever they wanted to, whenever they wanted to, because it made my life easier, and you didn't want confrontation, because if you had confrontation, then you probably would receive a rage fit or be stonewalled or gaslit or invalidated. The list goes on and on. But now that you're free from the narcissist, you are in this cocoon. You're in a place, just like I'm mentioning, a cocoon. It's a place of comfort, of warmth. It's a place where you belong in this period in your life. There is no safer place for you than the cocoon of boundaries. And what I mean by this is when you're going to slowly test the waters, and maybe you're going to go out to the store for the first time. Maybe you're going to block that first person the person that's been texting you or calling you, asking you for your time, and you know it's a one-way relationship. I'm not talking about the narcissist. I'm talking about a friend that is always there, just hounding you, like they're texting you at crazy hours, or they always want your time, your energy, and you can't give it right now. Why? Because you gave to a fault when you were in the narcissistic relationship, and now this is your time. You are in the cocoon of boundaries. This is where you learn to put yourself first, second, and third, and that you are the priority. No longer are you putting others in front of yourself. This does take time. It takes practice. It takes energy. It takes fortitude. It takes resilience. It takes commitment. But most of all, it takes you. You see, we can talk all we want to on these videos and all the one-on-one sessions, and you can read all the books, go to all the therapy sessions. You can do whatever you need to do to heal. And anything you're doing to improve yourself, I applaud you. This is exactly what you should be doing. It's exactly where you belong. However, nobody can do the work for you. Again, it's using that gym analogy. I can't go to the gym and work out for you and all of a sudden you get in great shape. You have to do it yourself. So having said that, and when you're in the cocoon of boundaries, you're going to figure out, well, I do need to build, maintain, and grow and adhere to my boundaries. That's number one. Number two, you're going to understand that you are the priority now. You come first, second, and third. The third thing is you're going to understand that boundaries are healthy. They are natural. They are necessary, especially in this climate we're living in right now. You need to have boundaries. The boundaries that you present and you build and maintain and grow, they need to benefit you exclusively. So why I'm saying that is because many times people who have not had boundaries, myself included, absolutely, I didn't want to hurt people or make them upset or stir the pot, or I wonder if they're going to be okay, like am I going to hurt their feelings, things like that. That was the old version of Andrew. 100% it was, and that's how I lived my life up until 16 months ago. But no longer do I do that. What I do now is I have boundaries. Remember, no is a complete sentence. It's one word, probably the most powerful word on the planet when used properly. And that is how you can create a boundary. So an example is an acquaintance of yours, someone who's always trying to gobble up your time, or they're just taking your energy from you, and you've known them for a while, and you've become friends, but you realize now that with your education from my channel and many others, that the relationship is not benefiting you. It doesn't need to be toxic, but it's not benefiting you. So the old version of you may have said, okay, I'll just carry it on because this person has problems and they don't really have a support system and I'll be there for them. No, we don't do that any longer. You see, that's just another example of a person stealing your identity and your energy. All of your energy, effort, love, commitment, time, devotion, it needs to go into you, mainly during the cocoon of boundaries, because this is when you're going to test yourself. Remember, when you were with the narcissist, you were being tested each and every day until the relationship ended. In the cocoon of boundaries, what you're doing is you're testing yourself and seeing what you can tolerate, what you can do, how you can build yourself back up to becoming the best version of yourself possible. And no one can do this for you but yourself. And you will be tested. People will try to take your time. They will try to guilt trip you. They will try to tell you, oh, the relationship it wasn't that big of a deal. Move on. It's fine. It's been 2 years, whatever. All of these people, you don't need to explain yourself. We've already been down that road. This is exactly why you need to test yourself in the cocoon of boundaries. You need to figure out where you belong, what you can do, what benefits you. Each and every day, my hope is that you're understanding that when you're in this period, this phase, this period of time, which will it can last for months, and most likely it will. And this is a good thing, because it's when you're not quite healed, it's when you're not healed, but you're not ready to fully get out in the world again and start doing the new great things that you want to do. And it's not when you're with the narcissist. It's in this middle zone. It's the buffer zone. It's called the cocoon of boundaries. This is when you're getting the knowledge, the education, the awakening, the awareness, and you're putting it all together and creating boundaries that benefit you. Examples. Maybe people are calling you, hey, let's go to the movies, let's go to this, let's go to this concert, or let's attend this art gallery, or whatever. And you know that if you go with those people, that you're just not going to feel comfortable. It doesn't benefit you. But you do it, you used to do it because it's just, you want to be part of the group and just hang out and just spend. No, if it's not fun for you, don't do it. And don't worry about what the others say. Worry about yourself. Remember, most people on the planet have an agenda, and the agenda is to take from others, to make themselves feel good. We already learned that in the narcissistic relationship. Your agenda in the Cocoon of Boundaries is to benefit yourself, and we don't sincerely care what other people think. We don't. Yes, of course, you have loved ones. Maybe you have children or your sister, brother, or people like that that you're close to and that you trust. Of course, we let them in your inner circle, and you can explain a little bit to them what you're doing, whatever you want to, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm talking for the fringe people, the people that don't benefit you, and you know exactly who they are. It could be somebody at work who's always asking you to grab lunch and they're never paying. It could be someone at work that's always asking you to do their work because mysteriously they're going to get sick or something, and the deadline is in 2 days, and you're left holding the bag trying to put the work together for them. It could be a neighbor who's always asking to borrow supplies from you, the rakes, the lawnmower, things like that, and maybe they don't return them. It could be the teacher who's always telling you, yes, if you try harder, you can do this, this, and this, and they're just stringing you along because they have an ulterior motive. It could be anything. But what I'm suggesting for this video is remove toxicity. Remove people that give you anxiety. Remove people that don't benefit you. Remove people that just don't make you feel like yourself. And when you're in the cocoon of boundaries, these people will be so present. It's like your spider senses or your superpowers are on high alert because you just came out of the narcissistic relationship. You know exactly what you don't want to tolerate, what you don't want to put up with, and what you don't want to experience. And this is your time to now create new boundaries. Maybe boundaries that you never had before, most likely. And these boundaries need to benefit you and only you. So if people are being belligerent, they're not talking to you properly, either remove them from your life or just tell them, please don't speak to me that way. I don't appreciate it. And if they continue on, that means what? That's right. It means most likely they don't respect you. So adios. Goodbye. Don't need you. And I don't have to explain anything to you. The next part about this is, like I mentioned previously in the video, sometimes people believe that they don't want to hurt other people's feelings, or they feel sorry for them, or they blame themselves, or but that person has it so difficult. The list goes on and on. When you are in the cocoon of boundaries, the idea is to focus on you. You know, here's the best example I can give you for this video. When you were in the narcissistic relationship, was anybody there by your side? Were they there when you were discarded? Were they there when you were going through some of the most dark, difficult times of your life? Probably not. All the people you explained to what you experienced in the narcissistic relationship, did they understand exactly what you went through? Definitely not. Get my point? You see, there's an expression on this planet called Earth. It's called live together, die alone. What that means is just that. We can live together. You could be married. You could have the best family in the world, all the beautiful kids, the great relationships, and it's great. But essentially, at the end of the day, when you go to bed, you're going to bed alone because you're in your own head with your own thoughts. And when you leave this planet, heaven forbid, again, you get my point? All right. So what I'm explaining to you is the cocoon of boundaries. It's a period of time, not specific to anyone other than yourself. And it's when you test, maintain, grow, build, and adhere to your boundaries. You need to do this. This is going to catapult you to the next stage of your life. I hope you understand this. God bless you. Guys, I hope you liked the video. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay blessed. Stay on the path. Be strong. Continue to move forward. Build, maintain, grow, develop, and adhere to your boundaries. Remember, you are the priority now and for the rest of your time on this planet. You come first, second, and third. Your time is valuable. Your experiences are priceless. Make yourself happy. If you're experiencing anything that gives you anxiety, or you're not feeling good about yourself, remove it from your life. That's what you need to do. This is your time to shine now. Guys, I love you all more than words can say. Continue on the path and continue to move forward. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great afternoon. Build your boundaries. You are in the cocoon of boundaries. I know you are. If you're not, you were. And if you know what I'm talking about, this is your time. This is exactly where you need to be. I love you. Bye-bye.